Hey guys, so it's been a minute since we've spoken about what we've done to the AT and what we're still going to do to the AT and the things that are really burning inside of us to finish on the AT. So there has been a few minor mods and I'm going to walk you through what we've done so far and what we still need to do. So as you can see, we've got these Flex Adventures 9-inch laser spots. These things are insane. These things we've been testing quite a bit now. They're shining one lux at 1,900 meters. So what has worked out liquor with this stuff and nicely for us is that when we're on the long road, and now the other night I was diving in dunes, and I needed to see to the end to see where the exits were. These things were like perfect, and even when some of the guys were going up the climbs, I stand the van at an angle and I shine and the guys can see perfectly where they're diving. So this for me is one of the biggest things that we've done. We've got the winch on the van, a T-Max winch, but we've got a problem with this winch because one of the prongs broke off here. I over-tightened it from the top and it just snapped off. So the bumper needs to come off to take the winch out to have that repaired. Or I can take the worn winch out of my Pajero and put it in here, but taking the ARB bumpers off, especially with the mounting brackets on the Pajero, is not easy at all, and all the wiring with the lights. So I actually think it's going to be easier to just take this off, send away for repairs, and then put the bumper back. That's why you see there's no cable in or nothing. I've got the fair lead in already. These lights are good, but I'm looking at changing them. And we've also now partnered with Terrain Tamer, and we're going to be doing quite a few things with them. We're doing the disc brake upgrade in front, we're doing the caster correction bushes, we're doing the radiator hose kit in the engine, because this being a 1993 vehicle with 450,000 kilometers, the hoses aren't brittle, but I mean, I think it's time that they get changed. You know, it's something that you need to figure out on your vehicle, what is old and what is brittle. But like I did with the Pajero in the past, is I kind of replaced as much as I could afford to replace so that you know everything is as new as you've put it on. So I mean alternators, starters, radiators, those kind of things, because they might look good from the top or from the bottom, but you're driving with them for a few kilometers and suddenly your radiator gives. In this vehicle, so the 80s, this 80 came wide with a solenoid in, ready for another battery over here, but there was no battery. The terminals are here and everything, but there's no base plate. So I'm thinking about doing a base plate up here and then putting a battery, but I'd have to relocate the window washer bottle. But I'm also thinking of not doing it because I don't want to go AGM, I want to go lithium. And you obviously can't put the lithium battery in the front because of the heat. The lithium battery needs to be at the back, and it's low weight, so you don't mind it being at the back by your drawers. It's not like you're putting a 105 deep cycle battery adding more weight to your drawers. And we've done drawers in the back, and I'm going to show you the drawers now shortly. In front, I could think of nothing more. Oh, we've replaced the bonnet, because remember the previous bonnet had like this black spot, which was actually a dent that they tried to repair, but it was always cracking. So I got this bonnet from one of the guys in our Land Cruiser WhatsApp group, brought it down from Bloemfontein. Haven't sprayed or anything yet because it was kind of the similar white. And you kind of you don't actually notice it on this vehicle because this is like I wouldn't say a beat up vehicle, but it's an overlanding vehicle. You can see it's a rough vehicle, you know, it's not a mid-condition factory vehicle. So I'm going to take you around the sides. Obviously we've got those lovely Dirty Life wheels. I think for me, that with the decals on the van, which I'm going to show you now. So as you can see on this side, we've added, which I always talk about, is these Dirty Life bronze wheels with the Cooper ST Max. These wheels just complete the van. And then these decals, I get a lot of questions about where did you get these decals. I actually saw this online on a 60 series and it was very broad. It was like this. And then I went to Photoshop and I played with the lines and I matched the colors. Red and black are my favorite colors, and then it's got the classic TRD look. So I had this custom made by a friend of mine, Lyle, and then I had the Off the Beaten Track emblem embossed in it. So these lines just complete the vehicle. Then you can see here we've got the MaxTax. You know, I was talking to Paul Marsh a while ago and he said to me, no Goshen, you don't need a winch and you don't need a set of lockers on this van. You just need a good set of MaxTax and you need to choose your line properly. And I'm so used to and so spoilt with having a vehicle that's always had lockers. It's been weird for me to drive around. I had this sense of insecurity that I'm not going to get anywhere with the vehicle. But funny enough, this vehicle has gone up everything. I've never had to use the MaxTax, but I also know with MaxTax being so strong and durable, it's probably the only insurance policy I need. There's been times that I've had my winch and it's actually been of no use because there's nobody in front of me to latch onto, or there's no big trees like this. There's actually just bushes and shrubs, and you being the lead vehicle, you can't get out of a situation. You know, we've tinted the vehicle, and then we've done some nice upgrades inside the vehicle, which let me show you quickly that. So one of the key upgrades that we've done inside this vehicle is Escape Gear seat covers. Every single vehicle that I have, I firmly believe in Escape Gear seat covers. Reason being is we've got kids, gets damaged, you're busy in mud, you jump in the vehicle, you don't want the vehicle seats damaged, you know, so Escape Gear fitted these seat covers for us. And then not only did that, they also did the transmission cover, which gives us extra pouches on the side to store water bottles, headache tablets, whatever you need to store in here, you can store in here. Because those of you that know that an 80 doesn't have a lot of storage space. We've also got the dashboard cover. Where we can throw in a map book, we can throw in things that we don't mind being in the sun, but we just want to get it not laying loose in the vehicle. So these kind of things in the vehicle, if you overland, you want as much storage space as possible. You want to hold some tissues, some wet wipes, a torch here and there, a lighter, simple, small, insignificant things, lip ice, those kind of things you want to have everywhere. So you need storage space in an overland vehicle. And that's why you see roof consoles are so popular and storage pockets and extra armrests are so popular, because we are always needing space, because we're basically living. And that's the whole thing. The word overlanding and an overlanding vehicle is when you take a vehicle and you self-equip it for you to live in the wild. So you basically drive around with a house inside your vehicle. And that's why you need space. Then the other thing that we've done is, this is actually the Safari center box from a 79 series. And I've modified it in such a way, these cup holders were actually facing this way with another glove box in front, but it wouldn't fit in this vehicle. So we cut it, modified it a bit. So we've actually got cup holders, because the 80's got one cup holder over there somewhere at the back. So now there's a cup holder for both people in front. There's also a little storage box. We've put in 12-volt power for charging, and 12-volt power at the back for kids for charging or whatever you need to charge extra. You know, we've got the two-way radio. We've done the battery monitor. For me, it's always an important thing to watch the battery in front of the vehicle, the front battery from in front of the vehicle, because that way when we've got the lights on, because right now I don't have the dual battery set up yet, but I can see when this battery is 12.1 and I know to start the vehicle. So the other night we had the awning open with all the lights on. Had it on for about 6 hours and I could watch the battery all the time. It never ran down, but that peace of mind that I had was there. Then we've got our long range two-way VHF aerial from MTech and radio that allows us to speak in convoy. So a lot of people ask me about why long aerial and why short aerial. I think I've gone through this. Long aerial for long distance on the road, short aerial for distance in the mountains because of the patterns. What else have I done in the vehicle? I'm trying to look now and see. Nothing much in the interior front of the cabin. We've added red lights everywhere because the 80's only got a light over there at the back. So we've got footwell lights now, we've got a light in here, we've got a light in the glove box. So when you're fumbling at nights and whatnot, it's not a bright white light or yellow light, it's like a subtle red light. That for me has been a game changer, because this vehicle felt very dark inside with the dark tints. And with everything being blacked out, you kind of couldn't find your phone if it was laying somewhere. Also got this nifty sunglasses holder up here on top. That I think is a game changer, because you put your sunglasses, you put your reading glasses, whatever up there, and it's always available. Funny other thing is we've done a UV coating on the windscreen, and now we can move to the back. So in the back of the vehicle, guys, is where a lot of the changes has actually happened. We've installed drawers. We've also installed this interesting cargo net over here. So in here we've got some towels, some fleece blankets, we've got a mattress, and I'll show you what the mattress is for now. I've got a shorts and all of that. We've got a set of drawers in now. These drawers are actually 80 series drawers. A friend of mine bought a Munib, he bought a 105, and it came with drawers, but it never just looked right. And then he decided to sell the drawers, and not the drawers, the van. And I said to Munib, if you ever sell this van, I want these drawers. And I made him an offer for the drawers. And when we took the drawers apart at his house to put into this 80, we actually noticed that there were stickers everywhere on there that said LC80 right front, LC80 left back, because you take them apart and you put them together. So these drawers are actually 80 series drawers, and they fit so snug. If you look at those curves and all of that there, it's perfect. So I wanted a low slung drawers like this. We've got cooking utensils in here. We carry our flexo power in here, so we can always charge our cameras and everything else. We've got the coffee and that in here. But I wanted drawers that was this low because I wanted to build a single bed in the van. And I also wanted the fridge to be easy enough for me to see in. But I do need to get the Alucab drawer system that allows the fridge to come out and actually tilt. It's a tilt slide. That is something I am looking for and looking at. Over here, we've got the drawers. This is all our tools, and we've got our Indiflate in here. We've got our tire repair kit in here, and straps and all of that. Another fire extinguisher here. We've got one in front also. That's something I didn't mention. Under the seat, we've got a fire extinguisher because it's easy to grab, and I've got a small one here at the back in case we're cooking or something. These doors, you have to have that drawer out to release this. So this is the fridge slide. So I've also done something at the back of the fridge slide because there was a gap there, and the fridge power cable was falling down in that gap every time. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a little board here, just about this high. For my reasoning there is when this is open and there's stuff here, it actually falls in that gap and you can't close the fridge, and then you need to go to the driver's side back door and pull out whatever fell. So I think a little board up here just to stop the falling will help. But I mean, this fridge is a little bit short, but I can see in it, so it works. Maybe I must get me a bunkie, like a little step, and then I can be like, whoop. Or I can just get the slide, whichever is cheaper. I think the step's going to be cheaper. I've also done some other things. So one of the things we've done is, I'm going to show you the bed now. One of the things that we've done is we've got these lights. We got them from Outer Warehouse. And the changes, you'll see it goes from white to orange to red. And it comes with a little strip of steel because it's magnetic. So we can put it up there. We can even on the side of the van at nights, we can put it up there. So I really think this is worth it because it's rechargeable USB-C. And then we've added another light over here that goes both colors. It goes cool white or warm white. It just helps when we're busy unpacking and packing in the back here. And this is a valuable light to have. And then obviously number one, first aid kit. We've got always here. This isn't tucked away or anything. This thing is always readily available. In the sides here, there's flaps. So on this flap, I've got some picnic blankets and my compressor and the compressor pipes. On this side, I've got random stuff, but this is where I'm hoping to house a lithium battery. So that the lithium battery can power up things like this lights, the lights in my awning, the fridge, the interior lights, the two-way radio, the car's radio. So those kind of things can run when we're out in the wild without damaging the idea of starting the vehicle. The vehicle will always be able to start. So I'm looking at options for lithium batteries because I've got a Blue Nova in my Echo 4 and that thing is just magnificent. It's just from a price point of view to buy another Blue Nova, you're looking at about, I think it's 13,500, 14,000 rand, which is like what, $800-900, which is a lot of money. So eventually I will go there. I've bought a wheel carrier to take that massive wheel off the top there and actually have it here that we can open it, but I need to modify it because it comes off a 79. We've got the front runner water tank, which I'm also going to get the arm for, so it will come out over here. So if the kids want to shower, wash off, or we need washing up water, we've got it. In the awning, I've put in lights, LED DIY lights, which I'll show you some pictures of because I didn't take videos. So at night when the awning's open, we've done it in the Pajero also. We've just got a nice warm light underneath so that we can kind of see what we're doing, and it just makes it more relaxing. Oh, and also we've got the front runner table in the roof rack over there. I love that. That thing is something that you can't be without. You always need a table. Having a table in the vehicle just makes life easier for everybody. Whether you're going to play some games, or you're going to pour some drinks, or you're going to make some supper, it just makes life easier. So I'm going to show you the bed now. And this is a hack I saw on 4-wheel drive 24/7. You take a piece of Velcro, you cable tie it around a lighter, so you can always replace the lighter, and you put on your drawers, because that's something you always need. You need to light your gas tank if you smoke, if you need to light a fire. You've always got a lighter close by, and you're never going to lose it that way. Let's go see what the bed's all about. So you'll see what I've done here is a very simple but very practical idea, and it works for us. We've actually tested it out this weekend. We had two of our friends, my wife and Joy, sleeping in the back here, and they were actually quite comfortable in the back. So the subwoofer goes into the floor, then this piece of wood slides forward. But this piece of wood was lifting every time when you would apply some weight here. So I made this bar that when you push down, it doesn't go here. Then the mattress goes in here, and the mattress fits exactly to the seat. And you basically get in the vehicle, and that's it. And it takes me full size, and I lay here. I've also added USB charging over here so that I'm able to charge my phone at night if I'm in here. That's one of the things I wanted. And also, if you really want to be fussy about it, you can still scratch in the fridge. So it's actually quite not a bad system. And you're able to open the windows if you want some ventilation. So I've actually got a curtain that I've made. That's why you see I've got these grips here. So I can put the curtain from there and it spans all the way to this grab handle over here. So that way this is completely blacked out. So if you want to sleep at night, you're going to be in the dark environment if you put the sun visor up in front. So I'm very chuffed with this because it makes it nice for the one night trips when it's a solo trip. So now you've kind of seen what we've done to the vehicle so far, but I'm going to tell you what we're still going to do. One of the things I want to do is I want to change this carpet, and I want to have one of those, I don't know if I want to go with steel or rubber, because the drawback here is if this is in the sun and you get on here, it's going to burn you. So I'm thinking of going with those boxes where you can actually put stuff in under here and it's still carpeted. It's the lithium battery. We've got our MTech cell booster over here with the aerial. So if we're in the middle of nowhere and we've got like a faint cell phone signal, it boosts it up. Takes 1 bar and makes it about 4 bars. That's very useful. And then over there we've got the air jack and the flexo power panel. The reason why I drive around with the exhaust air jack is because I'm not a fan of a high lift jack. That thing's a bit big, but we've made it fit on the side over there and it lifts the vehicle up. And then we've got the flexo power solar panel. That coupled with our flexo power helps us to run the fridge in the nighttime on the flexo power, and in the daytime the flexo power is also running the fridge but being charged via the solar panel. So we kind of can go unlimited in the middle of nowhere and make sure as long as our fridge is running we're happy, and we can charge the drones and we can charge the cameras, then I think we're A for the way. But things we still want to do on the vehicle is I was thinking of a cargo barrier, but I obviously can't do that if I've got the bed system in place now. I need to sort the power out because I want to have an Anderson plug here for the lights in the awning plugs in there, and I want to have a solar input Anderson plug also if I want to ever use the flexo power panel to charge the built-in lithium battery. I don't know what DC to DC charger to go with yet. I've been looking at a few of them like Victron, Red Arc, CTEC. Still need to make a decision on that. But pretty much besides just adding, and I'll show you, I want to add speakers in this door over here because I've bought the speakers. So there is actually holes behind here. I just want to make the surrounds because we've got speakers at the back and speakers in the front, but this area in the cabin is lacking proper music. We've got you'll see on top of the roof, we've got our Tenco bag that carries our chairs. I don't know what I'm going to do on the roof yet. I was looking at a rooftop tent, but then I lose all the real estate on the roof, and that's important for us. You know, you throw firewood up there, we've got chairs, we can't fit it in the back anymore. So it's either going with a half a roof tent that folds over this way, or it's saying stuff the roof tent and drive around with a tent we can pitch. Because I need the space for the chairs, I need it for the gas tank, I need it for the water, I need it for the wood, I need it for the gazebo that we drive around with sometimes. It's always a very useful space, and an SUV is not a bakkie. You know, if you're driving a utility vehicle, you've got so much space at the back. With these, you don't have that much space once you've got drawers and tools in. So I think that's about it that I want to do with the vehicle. I do want to do a reverse camera, a decent reverse camera. And then I think the vehicle is going to be at the point where I'm going to be able to really overland properly and far and get to the places that the vehicle is built for. I just want that peace of mind that we also got everything we need and that the vehicle is mechanically sound, which the vehicle is, but I think there's a few things we need to run through. So guys, there's going to be another episode, which is probably going to just be the mods that will be done. It should be in a few weeks because I'm going to take my time, but we are going to Terrain Tamer to fit those goodies. So that's going to be the next video. So thank you for watching this video and take care, and hopefully I see you on the trails.